It's probably 10 days since my first review of this internship, and it's 21st of January 2022, and I did my last review on 11th Jan 2022. So it's been 10 days, and out of these 10 days, we have worked for like 8 days. Like 8 days we were supposed to work, but okay, let's move on. Like, I'll tell you about the holidays in depth in the further part. Okay, so yes, till the last video, I guess what we did was like we did all the manual calculation and analytical calculation, and also we started doing some like work on Excel, right? And as far as I remember, I think we did an trust analysis on Excel, as well as designing of the compression and tension member. Also, I think it was Monday, right? So, like, I did the video on Tuesday. So, on Monday, we just did one connection on Excel. So, that was the starting part of designing the weight, sorry, designing the Excel for calculation of weight of the connections. And till then, we have been doing the same thing, most probably. I think at that stage, we were more focused on the analytical calculations, like we did all the numericals, like we calculated all the weights on in our notebook using like pen and paper. And also, then we use that formula and we input that formula on the Excel to just verify answers. So after that, we sort of created a program for like H4 and H5 connections, and that was just it. And after that, we have been just like focused on the same thing. Now we don't do that analytical part like from pen and paper part. We just focus on calculating the weight. Like it's just same kind of work you have to do again and again. It's just that the connections are different, so there are different plates that are to be added or subtracted. As in, if you take a case of H4 connection that I did like in the beginning stage, it had just a simple fin plate, and there was a reinforcement plate. Also, there was stub plates. And in moment connections, there's just a lot of stuff you have to think about and you have to calculate the weight for. Like there are around four types would be wrong. Two types of stub plate and total of four each stub plates. And addition to that, there are stiff plates. So stiff plates are as usual, like they are trapezoidal shape attached to the column. And yes, there are two stiff plates, and there are fin plates, there are reinforcement plates, there are filler plates, and whatnot, I would say. Also, I think there are end plates in that as well. So it's just a lot of calculation, and you have to make sure that every single calculation that you are doing is correct, because at the end you have to verify your answer. So obviously, we want the answer to be correct as in the verification part, because it gets a lot of hectic and like majuri work, I would say. Like if there's a error in our calculation, because when you match your answer with the original answer, and if there's even a slight error of I would say 5% to 10%, it is not acceptable. Yeah, it isn't acceptable. Like if there's a weight of the connection is around 2.7 kgs and you're getting 2.8 kgs, so that is not allowed. Even a difference of 100 grams, actually 100 grams, a little bit more that I said, but you get the gist, right? So that is it. So you have to make sure, because when there's an error, you need to correct the error, and you need to just go through all the parts which you did like in the Excel, and also you need to do it manually in notebook. So you do all the work in notebook, and then you verify your answer, but still there are a lot of problems that you need to identify in Excel, because there might be some problem like you're using VLOOKUP command, right? So in VLOOKUP, we sometimes make mistakes in, we sort of get the wrong column to look up for. So that gets a bit, hard to identify the error. Otherwise, it's good. And also some errors are that you didn't consider some points, and after even in the checking part, you can't identify the points which you missed. So that's hectic, because even the sir who is like guiding us or who is verifying our answers, he doesn't have much time to like go through each and every point, because if he does that, then when would he do his work, right? So yeah, you have to do it on your own, and you have to get the answer same as the our like mentor or our sir's answer, who's just verifying. That's the part. So yeah, we have been doing the same thing, and I think we have done for like four type of connections: beam to column web, beam to column flange, moment connection, beam to beam, and yeah, that would be it. And also shear connections, which we did, which were to which were like beam to column web, mostly beam to column web. That's what we did. And even in like as I said, beam to beam, so there are like five five connections in beam to beam. I think they are named as B5, B6, B7, and B5 and B6 also have the H version. So this H version is like it adds more strength to it, the connection. So that's the part, like you get like AirPods and AirPods Pro. So that's the Pro H version. That's it for the connection, and we have done that work till now. Also, I had some, I guess, two holidays in between, one holiday and one half day, because of some college work, triple ICL interviews, pretty busy. So yeah, I took some days off, and also there's been a spike of corona in office, which is affecting the work, which is affecting their work as well as our learning, because due to this rise in corona cases in our office. So we have been told that you should like avoid coming to the office until like you don't have any symptoms. We have to get tested, I guess. Not me, but my colleague who's working. He has a slight cough, and I think he also has sore throat. So yeah, he has. So we were asked to like come after he gets well. That's it. And also he needs to have a RT-PCR test, because the condition is not good over here. And the people who are working, like they are working from home with that AnyDesk software. So yeah, they could work, but it's hard for the interns to work because we aren't like assigned much task in the office. So our task is not that important to the company. So they are like, okay, you can just take leave. So, but we have to show the work to our faculty guide, right? So yeah, I talked to the faculty guide today. My faculty guide is Earth sir, if I didn't mention in last video. So yes, we talked to Earth sir, and he told that like he thinks that in review one we should show more work than what we are doing right now, and he has some expectations. Obviously, our faculty has expectations from us. So he asked us to do the same to do some Indian connections, like the connections which are followed mostly in India. So these connections we have to like we have to see them, and we have to design and do the same Excel part, like designing part. Sorry, I forgot to mention that it's the designing part in the office work. We have to calculate the weight, not design the connection, because the connections are already designed. We just need to calculate the weight of the connections. But now for our college, we have to design the connections in Excel. So it would be like a bit tough, but we have IS 800, so I think it would be pretty easy. So that's it, I guess. That's the work we have done till now, and that is what we are going to do in future, which is, as I said, design of connections, different types of connections in Excel as well as manually. Manually would work like obviously college asks more for drawing and manual calculations, because the thing they think is that people understand more, or like there's more validity of the work which is handwritten. They think that handwritten takes more effort, and it's a proof, like it's a symbol of that people are doing some work. But you know I mean, at some point, at up to some extent they are right, because they have been following that like system since their college time. But after this corona, even I don't believe in that. Okay, no, not getting to the philosophy part, but yeah, I think that yeah, even in Word and PowerPoint, Excel, it takes a lot of effort. It's not just Control C, Control V. And if you're doing the work, if you're intentionally doing the work with all your hard work, I think it would take the same amount of efforts doing in the Word as you are doing handwritten, because all you have to do in that is think. And if there's a guy who's just like copy pasting, it doesn't make any sense in whether you are making him like doing it handwritten or in the Word, because the person who has to copy would copy, and it takes no effort, like a bit of physical effort, not mental effort, in copy pasting and writing in piece of paper. So that's just my point, and I think I got covered like whole thing I'm working on right now for third week. Yes, I think it's third week. I started from third. Yeah, it's third week. So that's the gist of work I've done till now, and what I would do further. And also, I have one point to mention. Like we are supposed to give an activity schedule, sort of activity schedule, which covers all the activities you are doing in a day and all the tasks you're performing, and you have to get it signed by your mentor in the office. So it's just to make sure that the college keeps a track on all the work you're doing, and they are just verifying it with the officials in the office. That's the part for it. And also you have to prepare the report, that is project information report, as I mentioned, which is mostly to be handwritten. But I haven't really got much information from our faculties who are in charge of this internship of 8th semester. So that is one point I have to ask them, and that would be it. There's no information about the first review, like when's the date and what we are supposed to present, but mostly it's just a report and activity schedule. So that would be it, and I think it's pretty much good point to end this video. And I hope my audio is like clear, because I got these headphones right now. So the audio would be pretty much better than the last one. And I think, yeah, I covered all the points. So that would be the end of the video. Okay, bye.